Hello.
Hi there.
And welcome to another one of our horror reviews.
Our horror marathon reviews are back.
Yes. I'm Randy.
And I'm Steve.
And this is the Final Destination franchise.
Yes, it is. Starting off with the original Final Destination from 2000.
Starting with the first Final Destination.
With Devon Sawa
from
and Ali Larter.
Who knew this movie would be 24 years old? That's crazy.
It isn't when you think about it, because I'm 26. I was born in 98.
It's crazy.
It's not that old.
It's not that old, but...
Everyone makes things out to be so old. But 24 years ago isn't really that long ago.
No.
It's in a way it isn't. In a way, for some people it is, but really it's not.
No, but you got Devon Sawa in this.
And Ali Larter.
And Ali Larter and...
Casper.
Sean William Scott and Keir Smith.
Casper's not trying to escape his death. This is like...
Yeah.
This is almost like a Casper prequel.
Casper's...
Casper prequel. He's trying to stop himself from
Casper.
dying. No,
Right.
he would be much older if that were the case. No.
Yeah.
Devon Sawa must have been like, gosh, what, 18, 19?
Something like that. It was right after Idle Hands.
This is late teens, early 20s when he made this movie. I don't know how old he would have been.
Yeah.
He's in his 40s now. So, yeah. He would have been young.
Yeah.
Younger than I am now.
Anyways, Tony Todd is also in this as Death.
Yeah, Tony Todd, our Candyman.
Yes.
Love him. He's such a top-notch actor and everything. He's like so quality. I think he can make almost anything he's in like that much better. Not to say this movie isn't great, but like he makes anything he's in already that much better because his performance is always like top-notch.
Right.
He always goes a little bit overboard than he needs to,
Yeah,
because that's just the kind of guy he is. He's
Hatchet
classy.
2.
Who?
Have you seen Hatchet 2?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, he's in that.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
that's funny.
Yes. So, this is the start of our franchise. It is these kids that are going on a school trip to Paris is the whole setup for this movie. Originally, it's supposed to be a one-episode, I think, concept for some other little TV series.
For the X-Files.
For the X-Files, but they made it into a movie because they really liked it and they wanted to do something different with it, so they had the writer of the episode turn it into a full-length feature, and here we have it. It's these kids going on a school trip to France for a school trip in their French class. And when they're about to, the days about they're about to board, the main kid, Devon Sawa, I think his name is
Alex.
Alex Browning. He has like weird stuff start to happen, and then the day of, he has a premonition that the plane is going to explode and crash, and that everyone on board is going to die. And it's up to him to see if he can stop the premonition from happening, if it's going to happen, if he's crazy, and you find out he's not crazy, and can he save everyone in his class. He does get several of the people that were supposed to die with him, especially his classmates and his teacher, off the plane, but already really safe from death.
Right. This movie was originally titled Flight 180, but they changed it.
Yeah, because it's the Flight 180 that's supposed to take them out.
Yes. And you'll notice throughout the rest of the movies that Flight 180 is very prominent. Or the numbers 180 or 180 is very prominent throughout the Final Destination film.
That's true.
It's almost like death is talking to you.
I've recently found out something else I want to talk about before, if I can remember to. It's not 180, but it is an error thing that they do. The fourth one has a really weird cameo that I just remembered now. But finally, so once they escape the plane, one by one, death itself is after these kids, and it's up to them to see if they can break the pattern and see if they can survive. In the end, there's only 2 survivors, and that's technically okay.
3,
Well,
but it ends with 2.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Ends with 2. So basically, I don't know. I keep on kind of jumping about how I want to do this review. Do you have anything you want to know how it kills?
No. I mean, we're just going off of.
This
there's
is
some
a
pretty sweet kills in this.
There are. I will say, I think this is my favorite acted. Okay, this is not my favorite movie in the franchise. I think this is the best acted out of the whole franchise. I think people really do a good job of, putting emotional performances in this movie. There is a level of, real fear with these characters, real, depression and sadness with each death that happens, and trauma. And watching them go through trauma in this movie is very realistic, I think, to watch. And so I would say, as much as this is kind of a horror movie, these movies are more so like for the carnage, and also kind of this one especially captures the idea that this is also just a, kind of like the concept is also just really dark and depressing, that these kids are just dying. The sequels kind of have more fun and are a little bit more like, there's more humor and whatever, but this one is really like serious in tone.
Yeah.
It has humor in it, but it's a lot less than the sequels, I think. And Devon Sawa's performance was flawless and probably the best premonition acting of entire franchise, even though I have some close runner-ups. One of them being in a sequel that we're going to cover soon. But, some of the deaths include, these deaths that happen in this movie are things that are so scary because it's not a killer chasing after you. They're things that can happen in accidents on a daily basis in this franchise. Like, you're in a shower and there's a hanging rod and you, like, slip and then it chokes you and cuts off your air supply and then, kills you.
Yeah.
Or, you get hit by a bus. Or you, like in sequels, you go to the eye doctor and it lasers your eye and you burns you and you fall out of that 3-story window because you fall and trip on something. Very basic things, just done to an extra level, to a point where it's a little bit far-fetched, but not so much to where it couldn't happen, if that makes sense. Things that would happen, but not in such coincidental manner, maybe as easily, but really realistic kind of concepts. And that's, I think, what makes this movie so scary, is it's not an entity trying to kill you. Tony Todd is, we'll talk about more, I think, in the second video when we do Final Destination 2, but he is a very interesting character in this franchise and kind of is an allusion to death.
Right.
He is kind of the physical embodiment of death. He doesn't go around killing people, but he does have to have very interesting knowledge on how death works and how how he has such menacing things to say to these characters as they're trying to dodge death's grasp. Because he works in a morgue with dead bodies, and he's like, you shouldn't be escaping death. You shouldn't be trying to cheat the system. And he seems to know a lot about it, and really thinks that he knows. He's like, you shouldn't have avoided the plane crash, things like this. And he does this throughout the rest of, well, I want to say throughout the rest of the movies, but through 2 of the other movies as well, he does the same thing.
Yeah.
The second one, and then also in the 5th one, and we'll get to that later. But
Yeah.
very interesting character, and Tony Todd's awesome. But any other thoughts? I love this movie. I give it a solid 4 stars out of 5. Definitely recommend it. It's
Definitely.
not my favorite, but it's the best acted and really sets the tone for the franchise and really is a great grounding point. And I think I've grown. This is the one that I think, if I have all of them, I've grown to respect and love it so much over time. I think I remember kind of being hard on this movie at first, and it's really grown on me. The more I watch it, the more I really love this movie, and I just think the acting and story is so simple and wonderful, and really capturing. So,
Yeah.
any other thoughts you want to wrap this movie?
No.
You
It's
give it
just-
4 stars, right?
Yeah, 4 stars out of 5.
Yeah. Very solid movie. Definitely go recommend. If you haven't seen this already, definitely go watch it. If you love horror, this is almost so many other types of movies as well. I don't even know if it's straight horror. It's suspense thriller, drama, action almost, dare I say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go check this out, and thank you for watching, and continue to watch our Final Destination franchise movie reviews.
Yes. More Final Destination coming up.
Yes.
Death is coming and knocking.
Death has a sequel.
Death has many sequels.
Death has 4 sequels currently, and
And
is
the
in the
new
5th
one.
or 5th is coming up
Bloodline.
next year. So,
Yes.
stay tuned.